Hello everyone and welcome to Limenia's lab. This is Val, and on today's video we're gonna assemble a PROTOGLOVE. So for that you're gonna need to 3D print a base plate, two harness latch, a harness palm piece, universal mount base, swivel base, a controller mount, they go like this, a control board mount, and proto guides. That's all the 3D printed parts. On top of that you're going to need an Esp32 or whatever control board you're using, some 1mm thick by 15mm wide nylon strap. You're also going to need some super glue. You're also going to need nails. So those are 30mm long by 2mm diameter. And of course, glove. But not any kind of gloves. Esports glove. This is because they have silver wires in the tips. So you don't have to take off your gloves to use your phone. That's convenient. And of course, the king of all DIY project, hot glue. So that's all the materials. Now for the tools. You're gonna need utility knife, a pair of pliers. File is gonna be helpful. You can use sandpapers. Side cutters. Actually, you kind of want good side cutters because the ones on this multi-tool are junk. A 2mm drill bit with a drill. I'm going to be using a 2mm diameter screwdriver. Works the same, it's just for rimming parts. The drill bit can make the holes oversized a little bit. Also going to need a lighter, some sandpaper. Let's start with the base plate, the universal controller mount base, the controller mount. First step is going to be rimming the holes in the parts. As I said, you can use a drill bit for that, but they can end up oversized. So just go in there, push it and turn at the same time, and it's going to rim the holes. As you can see, it's really snug. It's actually what we want. Otherwise, we would need to use glue those holes, the small to indexing holes. Be careful to not stab yourself while doing this. There we go. Cleaning the parts because there's going to be a little bit of plastic coming out. You can also rim those holes. They're not directly radial to the circle. They're a little bit on top like this. So you're going to give them the right angle, otherwise you're going to mess up the part. So you kind of want to go up till here. So you have 2 rows of holes on this part. Every hole is 22.5 degrees apart. So this one to this one is 22 degrees. This one to this one 45. Alright, good. So now also going to need a thumb plate, sandpaper. We want to sand flat this part for gluing up. So on sandpaper, it's a little easier sometimes to use a controller mount, gives more grip. A nail. Rotates freely. Another nail to pin it down. And now we have enough grip to sand it flat. This is good enough. Make sure to not round the edges, otherwise you're not going to have a good glue up. So we don't need that anymore for now. You also want to sand the top surface of the thumb plate. The 3D printing can leave a little texture and you want it to be flat. Even though you might not glue it down, it's going to be easier for attaching the modules on top after the fact. This one doesn't need much. This is enough. Just take off the high spots. On the base plate, sand the area that will receive the thumb plate so that you can glue it down, just like this part. Hold it down like this and sand. Oh, over the edges of a table would be better, so that you don't sand the strap mount at the same time. Good enough. The thumb plate is not going to get glued right now, but it's ready. We don't have to worry about it for now. This part we can glue right now. So it is going to be aligned, this edge of the base plate, in this corner. So it's going to hide this mounting point. It's alright. This is the recommended place for the controller mount. You can place it wherever you want. I'm not going to judge, but that's where I intend it to be. One small trick to help applying glue. Place the part where it should go. Trace around. Like this. Super glue. Yeah, super glue. 4 small drops. 1 in each corner. Make sure to align the parts properly and then press, hold it for a few seconds, and that's never gonna get apart again. One thing I like to do is go with a screwdriver. A flat screwdriver is a little more convenient, and run along the edges to spread the super glue on the edges, so that you don't have any void, you don't have anywhere for the super glue to start to crack. PLA on PLA with super glue is really strong. Alright, now we can put the nails here. Those are going to be used to attach the latch. It's the most durable way I found, the way that works well. Side cutters, trim the excess. If you don't want to use side cutters, you can use a hacksaw. I like to file them down a little bit. The edges are a little sharp. Ouch, not pleasant sound. You don't have to if you don't want. I'm going to prepare the base plate for the harness. You're going to need nylon strap. You actually need 2 bits of nylon strap. Cut about, for my hand size, it's around 25 centimeters. But for your hands, it might be longer, smaller. I like to use side cutters to cut nylon strap. It's really sharp cut without any bits flying off. Now for the trick, you need a lighter and 2 metal roller. That's a square, but you're gonna need to melt the hand a little bit and then squish it between the 2 rollers. Then you have a clean and flat, and I can do that to this hand too. So now on one end of your nylon strap, you're going to have to do a little fold like this. I like to make them with super glue. Apply generously, but not too much. To the end, fold it over. Super glue on nylon strap works really fast. You don't want to glue your finger, and it's gonna heat up a lot. It's gonna be very warm. Anyway, we have our 2 straps. Now we need to thread it into the base plate. Trick to get it working, only get one corner through because it's a little tight. I don't have much space, and then Either you can push it or you can pull it from the other side. On this one, usually it's thicker. You do want to get one corner through and then pull it with a plier. Don't hesitate to pull on it like this. Now for the palm piece. So like this, through like this. You want to go sideways like this and like this. Then it's onto the latch. There's going to be a small diagram on screen for you to follow. Go in from the top here, under, then in between, going out the front. Then from the top, push into it until it goes back out at the top here. There you have it. There you go. So this should be your base plate assembly. The thumb goes through here. So we can test the base plate as is right now with the harness. So to adjust tighter, push everything through, pull the tab on top. To adjust larger, you can just push the top and pull at the bottom. So right now we need it to be tighter. So like this. Like this. It's a little tight right now, but it's good enough for the demonstration. Yeah, as you can see, I've put it upside down. That can happen sometimes. Just need to flip it. And like so. Base plate is done. So I guess now we can hot glue the base plate to the glove. So that could be a little painful because we're basically going to be putting on the glove and hot gluing the base plate onto the glove while we wear the glove. This one is brand new, so it's a little tight. As you use them more, those gloves, they get a little looser depending on the size of your hand. Make sure it's well fitted to your hand. There's not going to be a way back at this point. So, gluing the base plate. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little hard, but that's the only hard part. The rest is only painful. Hot glue. So you don't want to put hot glue inside of the holes because you're not going to be able to put your modules after that. I suggest you only put hot glue on the back side first and then we're going to do the front afterward. So there, small dabs. No need to put too much like this. And then placement, you need to close your fist, align with your knuckles and back over like this. Perfect. So yes, this is hot. Can burn a little, but usually it's not much of a problem. And now if we need to adjust a little forward or a little backward, we can still do it when we glue the front, which we're going to do right now. Can pass the thumb through here, test fit. Alright, now on to gluing the front of the base plate. So you want to pull back, maybe jam something in there like this. Again, don't put any glue inside the holes, put it just on the edges. A little more for the harness, and that's going to be good enough. You can wait a little for it to cool down, and it's better. Not going to burn yourself as much. You can hold it by there, pull back a little bit, reposition the glove. Perfect. Want to make sure you push down on the outer two parts. It's going to make a little white line here. It's alright. PLA is not going to fatigue that quickly. Alright, base plate fixed. Now I'm going to do one finger and the thumb because there's a slight variation. Yeah, you want to make sure the corners are well glued. Alright, now it's on to gluing the proto guides. First, well, you need the proto guides. There should be 15 per glove. Each size is based on the length of your phalanx. It's about 5 to 10 millimeters shorter than your phalanx. You don't want it to be any bigger. You do want a little bit of headroom so that it doesn't collide. For example, if you place it like this, it's gonna collide with the base plate. You do want to make sure that it's going to fit properly, like this. you should organize them based on your hands. I think that's how that should be the thumb, this, and this is representation, but whatever, it counts that it's organized. Alright, so first, proto guide, gonna need to apply glue to it. Hot glue, what a pain. So, careful with this. Don't wanna glue yourself, you don't wanna burn yourself, so you just need small dabs of glue, like this. No more than that. So this is the base of the thumb, should go somewhere along those lines. Then after you've waited a little bit for it to cool down, so as to not burn yourself. Perfect. On to the next one. And then the last. Thumb is done, no interference, maybe a little close here, but that's going to be good enough for normal use. Alright, now on to another finger. And you can keep going like this until all your fingers are done. So I'm going to cut to when it's done. Alright, now that this is done, this looks way closer to the finished product. So things left to do is glue on the thumb plate. Before that, we need to locate about where we want to put it. First, you need to properly adjust the harness, put it on. Alright, make sure things are aligned as best as you can here. Pull the strap behind this guide, otherwise you might have some issues. We need to approximately find the rotation point of the first phalanx of the thumb. So it's hidden right here. It goes all the way to the root of your wrist. And you're going to feel, when you pull back your thumb, there's two tendons that runs almost parallel, and they form the hole that you can push your finger in. So that hole, you want to be approximately positioned where you're going to have the center of the thumb plate snap fit hole. On me, it's about right there, so I'm gonna put it something like that. So it's pretty easy. Take out the super glue again, apply 2 or 3 small dabs. You don't need much. Again, don't go too far back because it's gonna be overhanging the base plate, and you don't want to glue the glove with super glue. It's gonna be annoying. The glove become brittle and breaks. It's basically screwed. Alright, so about like this. So as this measurement may depend on your hand, its size and shape, I decided to not include the thumb plate in the base plate and have it glued onto it, so you can adjust it to your liking. As you can see, it looks a little misaligned, but it's alright. That's gonna be good enough. The modules I'm going to be making anyway will allow for misalignment. See, I didn't do such a great job of aligning the base plate. It's a little too much this way, but it's going to be good enough. Alright, so now the only thing left is putting on the controller mount. So either you can put a normal controller or you can put a tracker. That's the tracker mount. Should be good enough. Same here, put the nail through it like this. I have printed this one for the trackers, but I don't have any trackers, so it's not going to be of any use for me. I'm going to put just the normal Windows Mixed Reality. Bringing out the tools. You can adjust the angle. So for the angle, I put 5 different angles. I like to have it at 45 degrees. As you can see, some angles are not available from here due to the latch, but if you place it somewhere else, you might want this adjustment point, so it's there in case. So here we need about 1 centimeter, like this. Set the angle right, push the pin in place. So the pin is semi-permanent, as in it's not easy to take out, but you can take it out and it's not glued in. Better to round over the edge. Yeah, perfect. Last thing, my Esp32 mount. It's a little weird because I have this to plug in the holes here, and this they assemble with a small dovetail in there, like this, and then like that. Oh, come on. And now you have it, a brand new PROTOGLOVE, ready for modules, which I hope will be coming soon, because right now it's basically useless. Alright, and with controllers. Alright. It's a little bulky as the controllers go quite high, but that's pretty much the only way I can use those controllers without getting them occluded behind my hands. Alright, PROTOGLOVE, ready for next step. That means finger tracking.
If you want to support me or this project, you can spare a few bucks a month on my Patreon. It would help a lot. You can subscribe to this channel or join my Discord to share your ideas, or if you need help building your glove. All links are in the description. More on PROTOGLOVE very soon. Thanks for watching.